Do you sleep for hours yet wake feeling untouched by rest? What if the profound restoration your soul craves doesn't happen merely when your eyes are closed? In this journey together, we will gently uncover the hidden drain of constant mental noise and reveal the path to a truly deep rest, an unshakable peace, available even amidst the seeming chaos of life. We are living through an age of exhaustion, a quiet epidemic of burnout. Yet, the remedy. It might be closer, simpler, than the world often suggests. Do you recognize that feeling? That subtle, persistent hum of being on, even in moments meant for quiet? If so, stay present with us. Let's speak of this unseen drain, this subtle thief of vitality we call mental noise. It's more than just thinking. It's the relentless inner commentary, the turning over of past regrets, the anxious projection into countless possible futures. It's the mental to-do list that never ends, the quiet whisper of self-critique that follows you through the day. It's the mind in a state of constant, restless motion, a perpetual overdrive. This isn't merely a thought pattern, it's an energy leak. Can you feel it? That sense of inner depletion, even when your body hasn't labored. It's the quiet exhaustion that physical rest alone doesn't seem to touch. This is the signature of mental noise. Our modern world, with its culture of always on, its flood of information, its relentless pressure to achieve and produce. It acts like fuel for this inner engine, keeping it running hot, often long after the work is done. We are encouraged, subtly and overtly, to keep the wheels turning inside. And so we arrive at a core understanding. This pervasive exhaustion felt by so many isn't primarily a matter of tired muscles or lack of sleep. It is fundamentally mental and emotional. Your body might be sitting perfectly still, yet inside, your mind is running a marathon, replaying conversations, rehearsing scenarios, judging, planning, worrying. Here lies a gentle paradox, doesn't it? In our search for rest, for release from this very exhaustion, we often turn to activities that, unknowingly, amplify the noise. Scrolling through endless feeds, consuming constant news updates, immersing ourselves in complex entertainment. These can feel like escapes, but often they simply replace one kind of mental chatter with another, keeping the mind perpetually stimulated, perpetually on. They offer distraction perhaps, but rarely true restoration. Now, let's gently explore why even a full night's sleep, while deeply necessary for the body, often fails to quiet this inner restlessness. Why do we sometimes wake, carrying the very same burdens we took to bed? There is a crucial difference between resting the body and resting the mind. Sleep mends tissues, consolidates memories, restores physical energy. Yet, the thinking mind, it often follows its own rhythm. Consider the nature of the mind itself. Ancient wisdom traditions sometimes speak of the monkey mind, that part of us that leaps restlessly from thought to thought. Modern understanding points to the brain's natural tendency to wander, to process, even when we aren't consciously directing it. This ceaseless internal activity, reviewing the day, anticipating tomorrow, replaying worries, doesn't always cease just because the body lies still. The engine continues to idle, sometimes revving unexpectedly in dreams or near-waking moments. Think of it like this. Imagine your smartphone plugged in, charging its battery overnight. Your body is doing something similar during sleep, restoring its physical energy. But if dozens of complex applications are left running in the background, they continue to draw processing power, consuming resources, even while the battery charges. The phone might reach 100%, but it wakes up internally busy. Our minds can be much the same. This is why you might rest for an entire weekend, engaging in passive activities, yet still feel mentally drained come Monday morning. The body may have been inactive, but the mind's background processes continued their silent work, their quiet expenditure of vital energy. The rest was physical, perhaps, but not necessarily restorative at the deeper mental level. And so we arrive at this understanding. True, profound rest, the kind that genuinely renews the spirit and clears the inner landscape, requires something more than just physical inactivity. It calls for a different kind of stillness, a conscious quietening of the inner world. Our culture often celebrates doing, acting, achieving, thinking, planning. These are the lauded modes of existence. But there is another way, a complementary state often overlooked yet profoundly restorative. The state of simple being. To be is not merely to cease activity. It is to consciously inhabit the present moment, without an agenda, without striving. It is to simply exist, to observe, to feel the quiet pulse of life unfolding within and around you. Imagine the difference between constantly stirring a pool of water versus allowing it to settle, letting the sediment drift down, revealing the clarity beneath. Being is allowing that inner settling. This state of being is not passive laziness. It is, in its own way, an active form of rest. It's a conscious choice to step off the mental treadmill, creating space for the mind to truly settle, to cease its constant churning, and in doing so, to deeply recharge its vital energies. It is here, in the quietude of simply being, that genuine mental restoration begins. And perhaps, as the sages of old understood, this is not a new discovery, but a timeless truth rediscovered. Think of the ancient concept of the Sabbath, a sacred pause not just from labor, but from striving. Consider the Taoist principle of Wu Wei, often translated as effortless action or non-doing, pointing to alignment with the natural flow. Or the yogic concept of shunya, the zero point of stillness from which all creativity arises. These diverse traditions, in their own language, all point towards the profound power held within the pause, within the quiet embrace of being, as a source of deep renewal and wisdom. Cultivating these small islands of being throughout your waking hours, moments where you intentionally shift from doing to simply being present. This is the gentle key to unlocking the profound rest that eludes us in sleep alone. It's the pathway to replenishing those deeper wells of mental and emotional energy. But the question naturally arises, doesn't it? How, amidst the very real demands and the undeniable busyness of modern life, can we possibly cultivate this state? How do we find this inner quietude without needing to retreat to a mountaintop? Let us begin with the simplest, most accessible gateway to this inner quiet, the sacred pause. Imagine this not as a lengthy meditation, but as a micro moment of intentional stillness woven into the fabric of your day. A brief stopping, perhaps for just 10, 20, or 30 seconds, repeated gently whenever you remember, or whenever you feel the inner noise begin to rise. The power of this pause lies in its ability to interrupt. Like gently pressing a reset button, it breaks the relentless momentum of anxious thoughts, habitual reactions, and the feeling of being swept away by the current of the day. It creates a tiny clearing in the mental forest, a space to simply breathe before proceeding, and the breath. This is your anchor in the pause. You don't need complex techniques. Simply bring your awareness, gently, to the sensation of one breath in and one breath out, perhaps noticing the rise and fall of your chest or abdomen. Just one conscious breath can be enough to shift your inner state. There's a quiet wisdom the body understands here. When you consciously slow your breath, even for a moment, you send a signal deep into your nervous system, a signal of safety, of okayness. It helps to gently ease the body out of the subtle, chronic fight-or-flight mode that so much of modern life encourages, allowing a moment of genuine physiological calm. Think of the countless opportunities for this simple practice. That moment just before you reply to a stressful email, the transition between tasks or meetings, pausing briefly before you eat your meal, taking a conscious breath when you feel overwhelm starting to creep in, standing up from your desk and just feeling your feet on the floor for 10 seconds. It requires no special equipment, no extra time carved out, just the willingness to interrupt the flow for a single, conscious moment. It is radically accessible. Shall we try it? Right here, right now? Wherever you are, just gently pause. Let go of analyzing these words for a moment. Simply bring your awareness to your breath. Feel the air enter and feel it leave. Just for 10 seconds. Notice the sensation. Did you feel that? Perhaps a subtle shift, a slight release of tension, even the smallest sense of space opening up? This is the beginning. This is the power of the sacred pause. The sacred pause is a precious first step, a doorway into moments of quiet. But we can, if we choose, venture a little further into this inner landscape of stillness, cultivating a deeper form of relaxation while remaining fully awake. It's important to understand, this journey inward isn't about achieving some mythical state of a perfectly empty mind. That pursuit often leads only to frustration. Instead, the path to deeper quiet involves gently, consciously redirecting your attention away from the turbulent stream of thoughts and towards the subtle, calming sensations within your own body. Think of it as conscious resting. It's a way of allowing your awareness to settle into the physical experience of the present moment, letting the body become your anchor. We can borrow a simple essence from ancient practices like Yoga Nidra, the yoga of conscious sleep. Let's try a brief exploration right now. Gently bring your awareness to your hands. Without needing to change anything, simply notice the sensations present. Are they warm or cool? Is there a sense of tingling, or perhaps tension, or maybe softness? Just feel whatever is there. Let your awareness rest with your hands for a moment. Now, let that awareness drift down to your feet. Feel the contact they make with the ground or the floor, or whatever surface supports them. Notice the weight, the pressure, the temperature. Again, no need to judge or analyze. Simply feel the presence of your feet. And now, return your awareness gently to the rhythm of your breath. Feel the subtle movement in your body as you breathe in and as you breathe out. Allow the breath to be exactly as it is, simply noticing its quiet, steady presence. In these simple acts of directing attention, something profound begins to happen. The very intention to relax, coupled with this gentle guidance of awareness into the body, starts to soothe the entire system. You don't need to force relaxation. You simply create the conditions for it to arise naturally by withdrawing your focus from the mental chatter and offering it instead to the quiet wisdom of the body. This conscious turning towards physical sensation is like offering your nervous system a deep sigh of relief. It's a signal that you are safe, that it's okay to shift from alertness and doing into a state of being and receiving. This isn't just mental. It's a physiological process of restoration, a way of consciously recharging your mental and emotional batteries, drawing energy back from the scattered periphery into your calm center. So we have journeyed together, haven't we? We've acknowledged the hidden drain of constant mental noise. We've seen the limits of physical sleep alone. We've touched upon the restorative power of simply being, felt the immediate relief of the sacred pause, and explored the gentle path of conscious relaxation. Now we arrive at the heart of the matter, the turning point in our understanding. It is this: the path to deep rest and unshakable peace is not found in waging war against the noise, in trying to forcefully silence the mind. That is often a battle that only creates more tension. The great revelation, the quiet truth waiting patiently beneath the surface, is that the silence you seek is not something you must create. It is already here. It is the vast, boundless space behind the noise. Think of the endless blue sky. It is always present, even when obscured by passing clouds. The thoughts, the worries, the mental chatter. These are like the clouds. They drift through, but they are not the sky itself. Therefore, stopping the mental noise is less about eliminating the clouds and more about gently, repeatedly shifting your attention to the sky. It's about withdrawing your belief in and your energy from the constant stream of thought, and instead anchoring your awareness in the quiet presence that observes it all. Anchoring in your breath, in the feeling of your body, in the simple stillness of this moment. This quietude, this inner space, it is not empty. It is profoundly full. It is full of peace. It is full of potential. It is full of the restorative essence of your own being. The unshakable peace we speak of is not a fragile state you must painstakingly construct. It is the inherent nature of this background awareness, revealed when the foreground clamor is allowed to gently fade. Can you feel the shift in perspective this offers? The profound liberation? You are not the noise. You are not the chaotic thoughts or swirling emotions. You are the awareness in which all of this arises and passes. And because you are the awareness, you have the innate capacity to choose where you place your focus, where you rest your attention. The deep rest your soul craves, the unshakable peace that feels so distant. It is not out there somewhere, a prize to be won after immense struggle. It is in here, woven into the very fabric of your being, patiently waiting to be accessed moment by moment through the simple sacred act of returning to quietude. So how do we bring this profound potential for peace into the reality of our daily lives? Let us focus on the most accessible, most potent tool we've explored. Those simple, yet powerful, micro-pauses of presence. Combining the intention of the sacred pause with the gentle anchor of breath or body awareness. Here is your invitation, not as another task on your list, but as a gift you offer yourself. Find just 3 moments in your day, today, for a pause of perhaps 30 seconds. That's it. Maybe it's just before you start your car engine. Perhaps it's the moment you sit down before eating. Or maybe it's when you feel that familiar wave of stress begin to rise during your workday. In that micro moment, simply stop. Allow yourself to consciously arrive right where you are. Take one slow, gentle breath, feeling it enter and leave your body. Or perhaps, just feel your feet firmly planted on the ground for those few seconds. Let go of analyzing, fixing, or planning. Just pause. Breathe. Feel. What's crucial here is not the length of the pause, but the quality of your presence within it. And pay gentle attention to the feeling that follows, however subtle it might be. A slight easing of tension in your shoulders? A momentary sense of quiet? A feeling of being just a little more grounded? Noticing these subtle shifts, feeling the benefit, is what nourishes the habit from within. Remember this gentle truth. Small, consistent drops of quietude create a vast ocean of peace over time. Release any pressure to engage in long, formal meditation sessions if that feels overwhelming right now. Begin where you are. Start small, perhaps imperfectly, but aim for gentle consistency. Each pause, no matter how brief, is a profound act of self-compassion. It is a conscious step away from the momentum of exhaustion and towards the reservoir of your own renewed energy, your own innate capacity for peace. It is weaving your own small oasis of stillness into the very fabric of your day. So let us gently hold this understanding close. The restless noise of the mind subtly drains our precious life energy. Yet, intentional quietude, embraced even in the smallest moments, acts as a gentle key, unlocking the doorway to the deep rest and the unshakable peace that reside patiently within you. As the poet Hermann Hesse once reminded us, within you there is a stillness and a sanctuary to which you can retreat at any time and be yourself. This sanctuary is always available, just beneath the surface of the everyday mind. Perhaps the only question remaining for this moment is simply this: what might that inner quietude have to offer you today? We invite you now, if you feel moved, to share in the comments below. What is just one small micro moment in your upcoming day or week where you intend to practice this sacred pause? Your simple sharing can ripple outwards, inspiring others on their own journey towards inner peace. If this time together has brought even a small measure of calm or clarity to your spirit, we would be grateful if you would express it with a like, and consider subscribing to Mystic Sages for more explorations into self-knowledge and the expansion of consciousness. And please, feel free to share this video with anyone in your life who you feel might benefit from finding a little more quiet rest. May you discover countless moments of profound rest and abiding peace along your path. Until our journeys cross again.